Welcome. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. First, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who entered our trivia contest last time. We had tons of people respond, so that was really gratifying to us that so many of you entered our contest. As you recall, we are sponsoring a contest featuring historical questions regarding the original Snow Village, which is celebrating its 45th anniversary this year. That was our very first village, and it was introduced in 1976. We had just a few people who had the right answer. Scott has been designing the original Snow Village for 30 years. Many of you answered 31, which is how long he's been with the company. He joined the company in 1990. But his first design for the original Snow Village was the Village Greenhouse, which came out in 1991. So I did double check with Scott to make sure that my thinking was correct on this, and he agreed with me, yes, 30 years designing this village. So that's a long history, and he still enjoys it as much today as he did back in 1990 when he first started with the company. Our winner, who has been notified and accepted, was Donna. And Donna was from Texas, and she will be receiving, she probably received it in the last couple of days, a lighted piece signed by Scott and several accessories to go with it. So congratulations, Donna, and maybe when you get it, you can post something on our Facebook page and show everyone what you received. Our next contest will be on May 6th. And if you do things the way we kind of do it shorthanded, May 6th is 5-6, which we think is a pretty cool number. So we're going to have some extra special prizes as we celebrate Department 56 Day on May 6th. So we will not only have the trivia contest, we'll have that special contest. So watch for that. And now, I know you've all been waiting for this. There's been a lot of buzz online. We have our some of our mid-year introductions today. And the first, I think, you'll either be really excited or you'll use this time to take a coffee break. Let's start with Game of Thrones. This is a licensed item that has been just wildly popular. I think there have been 8 seasons of Game of Thrones. There it is lit. We have the first piece here that is called Castle Black. Can you see it well enough here, Rebecca?
You can see the light a little bit.
Can you see the light? Yeah. What I'm going to do also here is turn it around. Our lighted pieces, and there are 2 for this series. We'll turn it around and show you. They are what we call facades. So they are flat on the back, and they will have then some explanation on the back of it. And it said, the Night's Watch, does that say oath? On the back of it. I'm sorry, I don't know a whole lot about Game of Thrones. I guess I'm going to have to get myself up to speed. But the series buildings were designed by our village artist, Tom Bates. And he did a really good job. He was a big fan of the series, so it was very easy for him to do this, and he got lots and lots of detail. Now, because Game of Thrones is going to be part of our Hot Properties line, the pieces are made of resin, so they have a permanent LED light system. They'll each come with an adapter so that you can plug it in. And if you have several pieces, it probably will be best served to put them all on a power strip so you can flip them on and off at the same time. So I'm going to try to show you all the pieces, and by the time we're done here in a few minutes, we will probably have a table full of product. And I just want to make sure I get everything correctly labeled here and give you the right information. So along with the Castle Black, we have a wonderful accessory, a huge accessory. Thank you, Rebecca. She's going to help us with that. And this is Dragoon?
Dragon.
Just called Dragon, okay.
It's slightly different spelling.
Slightly different spelling. I'm glad I have someone here who knows this. He's quite He's quite fierce looking. He almost looks like he should have some fire coming out of his mouth, and I'm sure if they could have figured out how to do that, they would have. But as you can see, if you look at him straight on, and I'm even going to show you from the back, you can see he's very dimensional, very detailed, made of resin, hand painted. The accessories for this series were done by Tate Yoder, who many of you maybe have met or know about. She's one of our great artists who is now based in California, working on a lot of our licensed pieces, works a lot on the Disney side of things for UNESCO, but has also agreed to do some of these very special items. And she also is a Game of Thrones fan, so she really got this figure, which is quite large. She got lots of good detail. And I'm going to not take this one off the turntable because I want to show you this in relation to the next piece. This is called, do you know how to say this one? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that one.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Daenerys Targaryen?
Targaryen.
Targaryen? Okay. That is this one, okay, which has the throne with it. Each of our, I would say most of our accessories for this series really are like a small vignette, so they tell a complete story. And really detailed, the throne is really, you can just see all the knives or the swords that are in there that it's made of. It's wonderfully done, and Tate really did a nice job of getting the detail. Now when we do pieces like the Game of Thrones, we have to go through our licensor. Everything has to be approved by them. We go through several rounds. Rick Jackson showed me something this morning, a piece that's coming up here, and they approved everything except the look of the eyes on one of the accessories. They said that wasn't quite right, so we had to do a little repaint on the eyes, and then they would go through the licensing approval process again. So they're extremely specific about who we can do and what they look like. So sometimes if we have characters in the series that never show up, it's because the actor who is playing the part maybe has something in their license, in their contract that said no likenesses can be made of them. So then we have to honor that and not do the characters of them. Turn it around again.
Yeah, 'cause they didn't get to see this.
Okay, we can take Dragon off and just show this one, which I think they did really a nice job. We've got quite a few of these to show you, so we want to make sure we get you the all-around look at all of them. Looking good?
Yeah.
All right, very good. So we will move this one over to the side and show you another. And that one is, this is the one that I was telling you that Rick was talking to me about this morning. The look on, is his name Ned Stark? That's a much easier one to say. This one is kind of a cool one because of a detail they did in front. And I kept wanting to fluff the tree, make it all, you know, how we do trees in our other villages. And he said, nope, it all has to go like this. All the leaves have to point down. Apparently, it's a mythical tree, but it is kind of a cross between some other tree and a weeping willow, so that leaves all have to go down. And if you know the series, you probably understand far better than I do. But I think this is a wonderful piece. I love the coloring on it. And if you notice in front, look at that water. When we did our resin, not lake, it was a river series where we had the river and the stream and the parts of the river. They put some clear acrylic over the painted river surface to give it a dimensional look. Well, they tried something a little different, and I think they really did a nice job. Is they used some like silver paint when they were putting the final coat on to give it kind of a wet look. And I think they did a really nice job with that. So there is Ned Stark, and he's sitting by the edge of something with his sword. And there's just tons of detail there. Tate did a really good job on this. And beside Ned Stark, we have the next one. I'm going to make sure I get the next one coming up. This is called the Night King, and this one also has that same, and I'm going to hold it like this a little bit so that you can see a little bit more of the detail of this water feature. And let's see, I am not sure who these characters are. The arrival of the Night King and his undead soldiers. Okay.
The guy in the front is the Night King.
The guy in the front is the Night King. I'm so glad you're here today, Rebecca. She knows a lot more about it than I do. But again, Tate Yoder did the accessories. She did a wonderful job. And I think the sculptors should be commended for their attention to detail on this too. They're all made of resin. They're all hand painted. And they will all come boxed in styrofoam with their own illustrated sleeves in case you are not familiar with how our products come. If you're a regular Department 56 collector, you already know that. But just a wonderful, wonderful accessory. Okay, I'm going to slip this one over here. Next piece I'm going to show is Cersei and Jaime. Is that Cersei? Is that correct? On the throne, and look at how beautiful that one turned out. And again, it's done as kind of a little vignette. So we have the steps up to the throne and the throne figures there. I understand they're twins?
They're siblings, yeah.
Siblings, okay. But just another, I mean, look at all this detail that they had to get. And again, Tate Yoder did all of these. Even to the gold on his.
She's got like little dots on her dress.
The dots on her dress, I mean, you recognize, and yeah, it's really, I mean, look at the detail. It's very well done. I don't know the story, but I can sure appreciate the detail our artists did when they were putting these together. Okay, we have another lighted piece for this series that I will light up for you. These are all not final samples, so I don't want to knock them into each other or have a problem. This is Winterfell, and here it is lit. This is also another wonderful piece designed by Tom Bates. It is the capital of the Kingdom of the North and the seat and ancestral home of the Royal House Stark. Okay, well that told me quite a bit. And on the back, again, because this is a facade, we have the story back there with the logos. So these will be perfect, not very deep in their footprint, so that if you want to show them on a bookcase, they would look perfect in a setting like that. But the detail, as you can see, the little bells in the tower, just wonderful detail. Every stone in the cobblestone sides on the building, just everything is just perfect on it. I think it, and you can see on top here, there is also some detail up there. Looks like a stairway going down into something. So just really, really nicely done. Tom did a really good job on it, and you can tell he really cared about what he was doing there. Okay, and then the last one is
It's Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. Thank you. I didn't have any notes on him, so Jon Snow, we'll just set him up there so you can kind of get an idea. Jon Snow, and is that a white wolf?
His name is Ghost.
His name is Ghost. Well, that's a good name for a white wolf. But again, detail, These will all start shipping to retail stores late this year. Probably not until December, so you're going to have to wait a few months. But if you're interested in these, I have it on very good authority that they're going to be hard to come by because they are selling to our retailers like hotcakes. So check with your favorite retailer, check where you buy your products, and make sure that if you want any or all of these pieces, you can get on a list so that you won't be disappointed. But they won't start arriving to the retailers probably until the very beginning of December. So there is our big announcement, our new license series. This will all be considered part of Hot Properties, and it is Game of Thrones. And we will get these off. And go into our next one. What's that music? Perfect intro to our next licensed series. And that is Ghostbusters. If you haven't seen it, it's one of those songs that you can get, is that called an earworm?
I think so.
And this is also considered part of Hot Properties, Ghostbusters. We are very excited about for a couple of reasons. A, this has been designed in the works for quite a while, over a year, and we are pleased to bring it out, and doubly pleased because there is due to be released this summer a Ghostbusters movie called Ghostbusters Afterlife, and if you look at the trailer, it looks quite interesting. A lot different from the original. Apparently, it's the children or grandchildren of one of the characters, and this is, of course, the firehouse where the Ghostbusters. They work downstairs, they live upstairs, and it is based on a real firehouse in New York City. It is made of porcelain, so it is sized and made of the same material that is used for Christmas in the City. So it will be a perfect addition if you want to add this to your Christmas in the City. And of course, there will be some accessories. This is going to be the most exciting one because we have Slimer. Whoops, what happened there? Oh, it just came unplugged. There's Slimer. And when Rick was telling me about this particular series, he said he had to be lit. It wouldn't have been the same if he wasn't lit. So he's acrylic. The bottom of it is, I think he's resin, so that it can house the electrical. But Slimer is there in all his glory. Paul Lundberg did the building. And, Alex Conkins, who is one of our other accessory artists, did the accessories for these. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without, and I don't know that I remember which one was which, but I think
that was the doctor.
This is Dr. Ergon Spengler, wasn't that it?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, and I just looked at all this earlier, and look at the detail on this. And then this is this the Bill Murray or the Dan Aykroyd character? I don't remember. But you'll know. Yeah. You'll know. And the detail is great. They've all got their backpacks on. Just really well done. Here, if I move this, we can show around these. You can see the back side of them. Somebody has been slimed. Slimer has been doing his job. Just really well done. And of course, it wouldn't be Ghostbusters without the Ecto-1. We've got the Ecto-1 in the house. And that was, of course, their converted 1959 Cadillac. It was an ambulance / hearse. So you could be in there if you were alive or dead. Back then they didn't have, EMTs or anything like that. So they either got you to the hospital dead or alive. But all outfitted with all of their equipment. And you certainly could see this coming down the street. And apparently the Ecto 1 has been totally refurbished, renovated, and is ready to go for the sequel that is coming out this summer. So what a wonderful piece. And it's got this one of the most recognized symbols out there, which is the ghost with the red slash through it. I love this piece. And it will be perfect in Christmas in the City. Love, love, love it. So what do you think of that? I hope y'all really like that. For the rest of the year, when we have our trivia contest, which is going to always be the first Thursday of the month, I'm going to highlight an older piece from our villages. And I thought I would start today with a couple of pieces that I have. Rebecca's looking for them, and I've got them back here. So I'm hiding them. Not really. I just have them in a different spot. So we'll grab these off, and I will show you my historical pieces for today. I actually found these quite by accident when I was doing some cleaning in my infamous closet the other day. And I thought I would start with these. These are some old ceramic accessories that I found, and they are for Snow Village. This is the ceramic sleigh from 1981. Anybody have one of those? I mean, look at how primitive it's painted. But this was a nice looking piece at the time. I also have the Singing Nuns that I borrowed out of someone's office today. She's had them in her office for a long time. These are from 1985, and they were kind of all stair-stepped, kind of reminded me of the Lennon sisters, or where the little sister's in front and the tallest one is in back. But these are nuns dutifully praying. They were in the line from 1985 to 1987. They have very, very descriptive names like Singing Nuns. And then we have the Singing Nuns with songbooks. And don't look that this one is missing her hands. She's from 1987. I didn't notice she was missing her hands until Rick pointed that out to me. And then I also have, came out about at the same time as the nuns with the songbooks, we've got the praying monks. I mean, we got to have equal rights here. We got the nuns and we got the monks, and those are older pieces as well. This is the kind of an accessory we did back then, so I thought it was kind of fun. And if you've never seen these, kind of interesting. Nowhere near as detailed as the ones we do today. I went to a Christmas party at a friend's house this year, and under her Christmas tree that she had on a stereo, there were the little nuns and the little monks. And I said, what you have here? These are really rare old Department 56 accessories, and she had no idea. So I flipped it over and showed her the little well, this one doesn't have it, but some of them have little tags on the bottom this one does. A little tag that shows, just a little paper tag that says Department 56. And then the last one I have is one that somebody found somewhere in the building, and they thought I should have it because I drive a car like this. This is Auto with Tree that was been in the line almost forever, from 1985 until 2001. And there is also a second version, which they call the smushed version, because it's a little lower. It's kind of like the newer Beatles, but this is the original. This is the one that everybody associates with, and that was one of the very first vehicles, not the first, but one of the first vehicles for the original Snow Village. So that's what accessories looked like that many years ago. So let's just add this one in there, and there we have it. There's some of our old accessories. I'm going to try to, if I can't get the exact piece, I'll have a picture of it so that I can tell you a story about how we named a piece or how we came up with a fun idea as a tribute to someone. So I will be doing that in conjunction with our trivia contest on the first Thursday for the rest of 2021 while we celebrate the 45th anniversary. So just to repeat, don't forget about our trivia contest next time. We had just a really good turnout, and I'm hoping we get more people next time. And we will have some special giveaways because it is our 5-6 day next time. And then we'll have the rest of our mid-year introductions to show you and another look back at another Snow Village piece. So that's on May 6th at 4 p.m. Till then, take care.